Hey guys, so I was reading this article on BBC Sport by Alex Hall. I think that's how we pronounce his or her name. Um, I'm not sure whether it's a woman or a man, and I thought this game is so huge that I need to make a video about it. Arsenal versus Real Madrid in the Champions League quarterfinals. What a game, what a clash it's going to be. In the article, Hall breaks down a lot of interesting points about how Arsenal might approach this game, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys about it. First off, Hall mentions that Arsenal has the best defense in the Premier League, and I can't argue with that. They've only conceded 24 goals this season, which is really impressive, especially when you compare it to some of the other top teams. Now, Hall suggests that this defensive solidity could actually help Arsenal against a team like the Real Madrid. He points out that even though Arsenal's attack has struggled a bit, being forced into a more defensive approach might play to their strengths or to their advantage. And you know what? I actually agree with this to an extent, because at the end of the day, they're facing Real Madrid. So Arsenal's defense has been solid this season, and if they focus on being compact and tough to break down, it could really frustrate Madrid. The key will be whether they can contain Real Madrid's attack and avoid leaving gaps for the likes of we have Mbappe, Vini Jr. and Bellingham to exploit. Now let's talk about Real Madrid. Hall points out that the likes of Mbappe, Vini Jr. and Bellingham and even Rodrigo are some of the world's best, and well, that's an understatement. These guys can turn a game in a second, and it's no surprise that Hall says Arsenal they'll have to be careful of Real Madrid's counterattacks, and I completely agree with that. Real Madrid, well, they're known for their quick transitions. They can be 4-0 down, 5-0 down, but I don't think any Madrista will lose hope, because we've seen it time and time again how they can punish teams for leaving space. I'm not sure Arsenal can afford to give Real Madrid any room to counter, so the Gunners really need to stay disciplined at the back. Madrid can hit you hard with pace and precision, and if they get an opportunity, they will definitely make you pay. Here is where it gets interesting. Hall mentions that because of Arsenal's injuries, they may have to play a more defensive game, maybe focusing on set pieces or counterattacks. And honestly, I think that could work, because with Real Madrid's dangerous attacking trio, Arsenal might not have the luxury of playing their usual high-press games. They'll also have to focus on maybe staying compact and waiting for their chances to break forward. I agree with Hall that playing defensively could be the best option for Arsenal in this match. But also, it's also a bit of a double-edged sword. On the other hand, it gives Arsenal a chance to frustrate Madrid, but on the other hand, it will definitely depend on whether they can still create enough chances going forward, especially with some of their attackers not fully fit. One thing Hall touched on in this article is the fact that realistically the Premier League title race is pretty much done for Arsenal, and that's a tough pill to swallow for so many Gunner fans, but I feel like it's something we have to accept. But Hall also points out that Arteta has now shifted his focus to taking things one game at a time, and I think that's a smart move. So as Hall says, Arsenal's Champions League tie against Real Madrid is incredibly tough. Of all the teams, they now will face Real Madrid, but if they manage to pull off an upset, things could really get interesting. Personally, I still believe Arsenal can make a deep run in Europe, and if they beat Real Madrid, just imagine Arsenal beating Real Madrid. Well, that is when things really can get exciting for them. Not just for them, I feel like it can get exciting, it can get very interesting for the football family around the world, because I feel like most people are expecting Real Madrid to beat Arsenal because it's Real Madrid and it's the Champions League. So I think that says it all. After reading this article, I've got to say this match is going to be intense. Arsenal will have to be at their absolute best defensively, and it's going to take something special for them to get a result against Madrid. Hall is right when he's or she says it's advantage Real Madrid, especially given Arsenal's injury situation. But I think Arsenal can still make this a really tight game. So my prediction, I think it's going to be close, but I'm leaning towards a Real Madrid win. But hey, football is unpredictable, and Arsenal might just surprise everyone. And okay, so let's go with what do I want, or what do I want from this game? I'm a Madrista, so like if we win another trophy, it would be like another year, another Champions League victory, another Champions League silverware. That is what we're going to see as a Madrista. But at the same time, as a football fan, I really, really would want Arsenal to win, because that would make it more interesting. So I don't know. Like, nobody knows. We'll just have to wait and see. So that will be all for today. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.